Hello everybody, my name is Solo, welcome back to the channel, and today we're back on Spongebob Tower Defense. So they changed it to just Nightmare mode, so now all you have to do is 5 rounds of Nightmare mode on the different maps that it asks you to. One is here in Sandy's Tree Dome, another is in Conch Street, and then another was in, I believe, the Krusty Krab. And then I don't know what the last one is. I know there's another one after this, and then there's one more where you get the actual exotic, right? Gotta hit replay here because there's stuff. But yeah, so pretty intriguing. Anyway, I do want to talk about something. Guys, if I slip up in a video, you know, at least kindly say, hey, you know, you messed up, buddy. But guys, learn from this person and don't be like this person. Because this person got so upset, and I'm gonna refresh here. And I like doing this because I like to show you guys kind of like the other side of all of this, right? So about half an hour ago, I got a comment on this video. This video is like a month old because this was before Boss Studios took over ARX, or they had just taken over ARX, right? So anyway, this guy's like, you should get info. What game did Boss Studio buy and say it before saying total BS about Anime Royale? It was Anime Last Stand, so gather your info and maybe you'll get more news and not some BS you think. Firstly, I can tell a child made this. The reason why, that English is so broken up, and like, mind you, with someone like Harvey who has dyslexia, right? Usually it's just like, you know, extra letters, extra consonants, or however you say that word. And, you know, it's easy to decipher. This guy's grammar is just broken. Like, you should get info what game. That, you don't jump like that. Get info what game. Like, that is so broken. Secondly, I'm gonna be real honest with you. I can tell that you weren't paying attention when you watched the video, because if you like listen to when I say Anime Royale in that video, I say Boss Studios who helped save an anime. Anime Royale, I think is what it's called. I literally question if that's what it's called, because I didn't know for sure at the time of recording that if it was Anime Royale or some other game that is literally called anime. Because I hate to break it to you, buddy, there's a lot of them. Just to name a few, there is Anime Vanguards, Anime Rangers X, Anime Royale, Anime Last Stand, Anime Guardians, Anime Star Tower Defense. Like, there's just so many ones that start with anime that getting too confused is not uncommon, because people are gonna get them confused because they all start with anime. Like, and the fact of the matter is I never actually like doubled down and said that, yeah, it was Anime Royale. Like, it's just so funny to me. And I even questioned myself in the video, and the guy's still sitting here in my comments getting upset. But yeah, let's read on. So he says this to me. I say, you're so angry over something as dumb as me saying Anime Royale instead of Last Stand, as if there's not a lot of anime TD games already use that, as if there's not a lot of anime games already. Use that energy for something positive instead of being pressed over something dumb. Him. You are spreading misinformation. Hate to break it to you, that's not how misinformation works. I'll explain here in a second. You should gather your info when you make something like this, because some people can believe anything. So, he's trying to say that I'm spreading misinformation. However, for me to do that, I need to be able to give you information that I am not doubting myself, which I already do in the video, saying, oh, I'm not too sure, or second guessing the actual name of the game. So, question, how am I spreading misinformation when I am also questioning if that is the right name in the actual video itself? Oh wait, that's because it's not misinformation. It's just me saying, hey, this is what's going on. I don't remember what the actual name of the game that they saved was. This is a game name that I can remember. I don't think it it might not be the same name, and I very much show that based on the fact that I questioned myself after I said it, kind of saying I think with a question mark at it at the end of it. But yeah, so we go back and it says except it's not misinformation. If you listen when I said I think, it was in quotes I think question mark, meaning I wasn't sure, not saying guys this is Anime Royale. There are again tens of games that start with the word anime that are tower defense games. This is something stupid that you were assuming that I'm spreading misinformation when even the other comments, if you scroll up, literally Lego Golden Frieza says ALS, right? So they knew what I was talking about. Take it as a slip up and move on. It's not that serious. If you're gonna get bent over a slip up, then I wouldn't be on the internet, which is true. If you're gonna get that bent out of shape over someone saying a name as like something else instead of what it is, then and then you get all upset and butthurt over it in their comment section because it's not the exact name that it should be, when they're already questioning if it's the right name. Like, there's a difference between leaving a comment saying, hey, you said Anime Royale, actually it was Anime Last Stand. I would have probably responded to that and been like, yeah, my bad, at the time of recording I didn't know what the name like fully was, right? But this kid went full on like ballistics mode and was like trying to get up in my comment section and like be like, this is a BS. Like, guys, don't do this to YouTubers. Don't come into the comment section and sit there and be very belligerent and say that, bring in like stuff like BS and stuff like that because they took a misstep in saying something in a YouTube video. That's just ridiculous. And if you're gonna act like that, again, I wouldn't be on the internet, because there's a lot of like slip ups, there's a lot of issues and stuff that happen on the internet, and if you're not ready to take someone mispronouncing or even like saying the wrong name, then I don't think you're prepared for what else the internet has to offer, to be honest with you. Like, and also, if you're gonna get that upset, I think you need to get a handle on your emotions too, because like, let's be real, like most normal like people, mind you, there are some people with anger issues. I used to be one of those people, but like, if you can't handle your like emotions when somebody gets something wrong, then you should probably more or less work on that instead of being on YouTube and being upset that someone's not saying something explicitly correctly to your liking. Yeah, I just wanted to address that. So big thing about it is look at the comment, learn from it. Don't be like that guy. Don't sit there and go into people's comment sections and be like that. If people make mistakes in saying some sort of either title or like game, don't be belligerent. Just be like, hey, it's actually this game. And usually most of the time people will respond with, oh yeah, sorry about that, usually in response to like comments like that. But if you're gonna like go in like that guy did, you're gonna get the same response that came out of me, which was, hey, I was already questioning it, like you need to put your energy somewhere positive instead of bringing in negativity towards my comment section, right? More than likely he'll either respond or he'll just not say anything, because that's usually the two outcomes of this. Is either they start like quadrupling down on me, or they start like just like backing off and just don't say anything, right? But yeah, I always try to be the person who's like, hey guys, be kind to people. Don't sit there and like be belligerent. Don't be, don't sit there and get overly mad at people. And like, I know you guys have seen me like rant and rave about like different games, but I'm also like not angry. Most of the time I'm just giving criticism, which is a different form of like being like someone who's playing Roblox games at my age. But yeah, it's usually criticism when I'm talking about certain things. But at the end of the day, I always say, you know, try to be as positive as you can. Try not to sit there and bring other people down, and, you know, just try to be a good person at the end of the day, because you have no idea what the other person's going through in their own life. Like, and being belligerent over something dumb, you know, is just rude in general. So yeah. Anyway, I figured I'd address that and, you know, bite that in the nose really quickly. Yeah, just don't be like that guy. Just be nice, be patient. I know people have issues with patience in my comments. Trust me, I know. I have issues with patience in my comments. I am people. But yeah. So with this, again, I still have the same criticisms with the event, which is like a single unit and a single mount is way too little content for what was like being kind of like hyped up. However, I am glad that they did lower the difficulty that you have to do the actual quests on to nightmare mode, because it makes it at least a bit more accessible to everybody instead of just only people who have exotics, because that was the only way I was getting this stuff done, is just spamming exotics. Because like whatchamacallit, it wants you to do like nightmare difficulty, and then there's nightmare difficulty, and then there's this last one. And I'm guessing to get all of these, if I had to assume, if you get all of them, you can pick both of them. But I think if you get a certain amount, you can get a few of them. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna work on some more of them until we get our first actual exotic can. So I'll be back. Okay, so yeah, here we are. We have all the quests done, and here's the relic reward. So we got the first of the set here. Again, it doesn't really also like give you context of like how, like, do I need all 5 to get both? Like, or is it like you do a certain amount and then you get more, right? Now, obviously, these are going to be easy to do on Davy Jones because it's literal challenge stuff, so very easy to do. But yeah, by the time so if you go and look, so this says challenge quests, this says raid quests, and there's boss battles, which I don't know if I'm looking forward to that. And then the rogue quest, and the rogue quest is the last one. But yeah, anyway, just to reiterate, if you guys do see like a mistake or something in a video, don't be like that other guy. Don't sit there and be rude. Like, be like, hey, there's a mistake. Like, point it out, but don't be rude, right? There's a difference between the two things. Anyway, yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, as always, hit the like button, comment down below what you guys think of them changing up some of the stuff with this. Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on post notifications, so then you guys never miss a video. And as always, I hope you guys have a good day. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.